This episode contains spoilers. Turn to page 394.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to TVCaptive.com presents the As Seen on TV podcast for Game of Thrones, Season 4, Episode 7. This episode, Some Bad Lady Flies. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is my co-host, the Lady Alan Rickman.
The Lady Alan Rickman. Yes, I know. I have a bird because this
Mockingbird.
episode's named Mockingjay.
Yeah.
No, Mockingbird. No, this is not Hunger Games.
Bad. Crossing your fiction.
I cross my fandoms all the time, dude.
I do too. Yeah, getting Star Wars and Lord of the Rings mixed up has happened once.
Really?
I don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
But it happened. Anyway, what'd you think of this episode?
It was a good episode. This season just keeps getting better, I think. Like, it's just so fucking good.
Yeah, when we recorded another podcast, we were talking about ratings and stuff. Out of curiosity, I looked this up. This was the most officially viewed episode of Game of Thrones.
Even more than the Purple Wedding?
Even more. It's 7.2 million viewers, according to whatever.
Nice.
Which probably doesn't count the 10 or so other crap, I just messed something up there. Okay, anyway, we're just going to keep going like nothing happened. It doesn't count the 10 or 15 other million viewers who probably pirated the damn thing.
Yeah.
But...
well, it's HBO's own fault.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, stuff that happened.
2 seasons.
So what'd you think of the mountain?
Perfect.
I know, right?
Can I describe him as perfect?
You could describe him as perfect.
Just cuts a guy in two.
Yeah, just cleaves a guy in half.
And he starts speaking, and I'm like, yep, that's how I would imagine your giant Swedish man would speak.
So, yeah, like, who do you want me to kill? It's like, who do I gotta kill? We don't know yet. You gotta kill a guy. Hopefully a little dwarf man. So, yeah, Gregor, the mountain. That's just pleasant.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tyrion's JWF. He kind of asks, without asking, Jaime to fight for him. What'd you expect for... yeah, I mean, you kind of expected Jaime to say no, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he would have said...
I don't know. I don't know what I expected. I think I said last week that I wanted, like, Jaime to say, or I'll be your champion.
Your champion.
Tyrion be like, no, I don't want you to die for me.
Mm-hmm.
But the way, like, Tyrion asked him was sort of like,
like, you want a champion for me?
You want to be champion, baby?
Do you think if Jaime still had his right hand, do you think he would do it?
I think he would say yes.
Right, because...
no, in the face of the mountain, even if he had his right hand, I'm not sure.
Right.
He's so thrilled.
Well, yeah, later Tyrion asked Bronn to fight for him again. But Bronn has a very logical, analysis of the situation. Like, he says, maybe I could do it, if I kept on my toes and kept moving and tired him out and got to the point where he got so tired he dropped his sword, then yeah, I probably could kill him. But if I make one misstep, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, so he very logically explains, for whatever reason. And what do you think of Bronn getting married off?
I don't, he's getting what he always wanted, right?
I guess he's gonna be Lord Bronn now.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel bad, but they did sort of leave, like, friendish. But it's sort of like, yeah, you're a scumbag. That's kind of why I liked you in the first place. Still besties?
Yeah, like Tyrion, what can he really ask for? He got more out of Bronn than he, could have ever wanted, I guess, really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss Bronn. I like him. But
Well, I mean, he could still be a factor, because he's not really going anywhere.
No, right. He's going. It's still in. I forget where he's being made lord of. It's relatively close to King's
Yeah, I was
Landing.
gonna say, I don't think it's that far.
I think it's between King's Landing and Highgarden, somewhere between the Tyrell and Lannister
so that's
territory.
not far at all.
No, he's not going very far away, but it's a minor house, minor castle, something like that. But he's got a castle.
Yeah.
Anyway, sticking with the Tyrion's impending doom, he's pretty much resigned himself to go into the ring with a mountain and die, and then Prince Oberon kind of surprises him with, "I'll be your champion."
Yeah. Well, doesn't Oberon only come when he's found out that the mountain is gonna be the one who's fighting?
I'm pretty sure that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, see, in the book it worked a little differently, but still the same basic results. Like, everybody knew that if it came down to trial, like... Because, that end of last episode, I demand trial by combat.
Yeah.
And Cersei almost immediately says, like, fine, I name, Sir Gregor Clegane as my champion.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then, Tywin order in the court, blah, blah, blah. Who do you name as your champion? And he looks around like, anyone? And, Oberon steps up like, the dwarf has, convinced me, swayed me to his side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was all supposed to happen in the courtroom. Because, Tyrion and Oberon spoke before, and they spoke about the option of trial by combat, and if it came down to it, he's like, my sister would most likely name the mountain, because that, and Oberon's like, alright. Planning, scheming.
Yeah.
So, maybe I'll get revenge, maybe he won't.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna go back to the east. Comes to Daenerys, going into her private chambers, and guess who's waiting for her?
I don't even know his name. I'm still, it's been 6 episodes, and I'm still thrown by the fact it's not the fucking same guy as last season.
Dario Naharis.
Dario.
Yeah. I swam to an island a mile offshore to pick these for you.
A, I think he's full of shit, and B...
Nice gesture.
Who cares,
Yeah,
though?
right.
Dude, he's picking flowers for Dany. It's not like this is any woman. She doesn't care. It's like, okay, flowers, whatever. I want your pick. I don't care about the flowers.
That's pretty much how it went. Just like, So do what you do best then. Like, take your clothes off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want the flowers. You should have just shown up here naked.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Result. You wouldn't have had to swim a mile, which I don't think he did in the first place. So.
No, he kind of like broke in through the window. What the next morning he Jorah's going to like they meet in the hallways like, oh, it's like she's in a good mood. Walks away, and my only response to that was, poor Lord Friendzone. I feel so bad.
I mean, I do, but it's sort of just like, Jorah, what do you expect, honestly?
You're like 40 years older than her.
No, not even that. It's like, what do you expect? I mean...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So, what do you think of that whole thing? She sends Dario with the Second Sons to kill all the Masters of Yunkai.
Yeah.
Just rout them out. What do you think of Jorah's little, good advice? Like, don't kill them. Like, all these slaves knew was brutality. You can't be brutal. Yeah.
I mean, that was good advice, because it probably would not have gone well if, we're just gonna kill everybody. No chance for anything.
Yeah. So now that Dario's gone, do you think that was just a one-night stand? A one-night fling?
I don't know.
Yeah.
She got what she wanted, though, so it very well could be.
Yeah. Well, the one thing you get better from the books, from her point of view chapters, is her own thoughts, how ever since she laid eyes on him, she's wanted him. So, she got him. Let's see what else happened. We got plenty of Melisandre boobs this episode.
Yeah, that was just like, dude... It's like, was that necessary? There seems like There's no point. It's just
Yeah,
it's just
it's
like,
just
all right, just cause. Here we
just
go.
cause gratuitous boobs. Like, hell, I wish I had a body like her at near 50.
Yeah,
But
I mean, if there was a reason, I
yeah,
guess to show she's comfortable. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. So they're setting sail. What do you think Celise saw in the fire, if anything, besides craziness? As in Stannis' wife. A lot of people.
She probably saw whatever they're gonna need the daughter for.
Which I don't know what it is.
You don't know.
No, I'm not sure how they're doing this. Because I know what's coming next. I just don't know how they're working it yet. Because, you know, it's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But they're setting sail. Where do you think they're going?
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Over the crazy rainbow.
Over the crazy rainbow. Okay, we're just gonna do that. Moving along. Moving in directions here. I'm actually reading a synopsis here to judge where I go next, and we're not doing our usual geographic thing. Jon Snow returns.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow, who knows nothing, returns from his
You
ranging.
know nothing, Jon Snow.
Returns from his ranging. Is told to lock his wolf up. I think Sir Alistair's kind of jealous that everybody's like, yeah, high-fiving him and everything, and he's just standing there like, nobody likes me like that.
Was this the episode where the other guy turns to him and is like, oh no, that was another episode. Remember?
Right.
Nobody likes you, sir. You're a dick.
Yeah, pretty much. This, what was going on? Oh yeah, Jon recommends, you know, Mance's army was right on us, like behind us. We could see their fire, you know, basically we knew they were there. I think we should seal the tunnel.
Yeah.
Like, seal the tunnel and hide behind the walls. You have, what's the number? 100 men? Something like that? A couple hundred guys? If that?
I guess 300. I think was the number.
Something like that.
300 men.
You have like 300 men, not all of them able-bodied.
Yeah.
And he has 100,000 wildlings.
And giants.
And giants.
And other things.
He's supposed to have giants and mammoths and wargs and all kinds of manner of crazy things.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, he's supposed to have a warg that can mind control a snow bear, for Christ's sake.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying warg like the
Oh, not warg, not the wolf.
Okay.
Warg, like, yeah, the...
No, okay. I'm sorry. I'm like, there's a giant wolf that can mind control a bear?
No. Well, actually, he's supposed to have, I think it's... His name's Varamir Sixskins. They haven't introduced him. He's supposed to have control over 3 direwolves, a shadow cat, and a snow bear.
Oh, good.
Yes. So...
Good.
And he's supposed to take over that eagle that clawed Jon's eyes out after he, killed the other warg. So... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway. So, Jon suggests seal the tunnel. Good idea? Bad idea?
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a good idea, too. How will we go ranging? We won't.
We fucking won't, bro.
It's like, there's 100,000 of them. Make them climb.
So, I know, I only read the first book.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember if they referred to this in the show or not. There are 2 other outposts on the wall that are still operational, right?
Yeah, there's 19 castles along the wall.
Yeah, but only 3 of them are operational.
Yeah, Eastwatch by the sea.
Yeah.
The Shadow Tower, which is the westernmost, and Castle Black, which is more or less the middle.
Yeah.
It's not really the middle.
Are the other 2 in the show up and running, sort of?
They're up and running. They mention them. I think they mentioned them in Season 1, and then another time in a couple other seasons, but they're mentioned.
I wonder if they're going to come into play when the war starts, when Mance's war starts.
Perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I'm not asking if that happens in the book. I'm asking if they would, even if they do get involved in the book, are they going to bother showing it in the show?
Mm-hmm. Like they say, I think the Night's Watch legitimately I don't remember numbers. I think they legitimately have 1,000 people spread out among the 3 castles.
Yeah.
Maybe less.
Well, if there's 300 to each, then that's 900.
Because they mention... I think they said if we were to place every 8... Like, the wall... There's an analogy in the book. The wall is X number miles long. It's a number leagues long. You know, league being 3 miles, I believe. If we were to place an able-bodied man, you know, evenly spaced along the whole wall, I think we could place, like, 1 every mile or something like that. Or, like, 2 every mile. So, you could do the math from that, but...
I can't.
Yeah, I can't either, because I don't remember the numbers.
Right.
So they don't have a lot of people. But, okay. I'm spending way too long on the scene because it wasn't that big.
Okay.
How much were you wishing that the head builder just, like... Do you agree with, you know, Lord Snow's idea? I was just hoping he would just go, yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Like, is that a good idea?
Is he just, like, sucking the lead guy's dick so that he'll, like, I don't... Why would he... Does he have a brain?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Like...
I don't understand.
The old bear's dead. Yes, Alistair takes over, more or less. Like, he takes over in the interim, because I think he's pretty much one of the senior Night's Watch members left.
Yeah.
So, he takes over, because they have to have a choosing. They're supposed to vote and elect who takes the old bear's place.
Fucking better not be him.
So, I don't know when that happens soon. They might do that next season, though. It's supposed to happen in the end of this book, but I don't know. Anyway, let's move on from that. Basically, they're treating John like shit, but whatever. Yeah. So, Arya and the Hound, we get more of them, which I'm very happy about.
Oh yeah, that was an awesome scene, too.
Omi, throughout this whole season, Omi's like, the Hound's not going to get rid of her. He loves her too much now. He likes having her around now.
Are you going to say falling in love with her?
No, I almost did. But he's falling in love with her in the not creepy way. Like, he likes having her around.
Yeah.
Like, you're actually a decent traveling companion.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they're just there trying to figure out, maybe we should investigate this place. And then the Hound gets bit. Just, like, guy dives on his back, like,
yeah, teeth.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
If there was a 6'4", really, weathered-looking warrior standing there, fully armored and armed, would you jump on his back and bite his neck?
No, but I'm also not insane.
Good point. You are perfectly sane. Ish.
Theoretically.
Theoretically sane. So, I didn't expect that to go very well.
Yeah.
But, the best part is Arya. Like, him. He was, he said he would, rape me bloody or something like that?
Yeah. With a stick.
Rape me with a stick. Like, do you say, is he in your little, prayer or whatever? I don't know his name. What's your name? Rorge. And then stab. Just, impale.
And the guy's standing there holding a weapon, doesn't fucking do anything. It's like, you're kind of stupid, guy. You sort of deserve to die.
Yeah, like, she kind of just walked, it's like, stepped and stabbed.
Yeah.
Like, you deserve that, you dumbass. You should have defended yourself.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And there's a lot more, development there between their little odd coupleness. Like, she tells it, I'm gonna have to burn the wound out, pulls out a, flaming stick, and he's like...
Yeah, that was like, whoa, calm down, boy.
So, okay...
Do you want to die of an infection? Because that's the lamest way
right,
for you.
I was about to ask, what do you think's gonna happen with the Hound? He just got bit by a dirty, filthy guy in a land where dental hygiene is probably unheard of.
Yeah, and human mouths are disgusting.
Yeah, a human bite, you don't hear about this a lot because, developed world medicine and everything, but a human bite is actually very dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, a dog bite is very dangerous.
A dog bite is dangerous.
Worse dogs.
Yeah, I know. A dog bite is dangerous because of the force, the sharp teeth, and the infections you can get. But,
exactly.
rabies and stuff like that.
Just the same amount of infections from...
You can get worse infections from a human bite. Yeah. There's way more bacteria in a human mouth.
And that guy definitely did not have his shots, so...
No, he did not have his shots. So what do you think's going to happen?
I mean, Arya washed it and sewed it up, but Yeah.
It's really...
I don't know. I hope, like, he gives in. Like, she doesn't even have to put fire to him. She just has to heat up a piece of metal and go... Tss.
Yeah, she has to burn out the wound.
It's still burning, and he's probably going to freak out.
I don't know.
He could die.
Yeah, he could.
Which might be better than her going to the Erie.
Yeah, because we'll get to that later, because that was the closing point of this episode. Aunt Lice is a little batshit.
Everybody in that tower's batshit. So
speaking of Arya, Brienne and Pod kind of run into her friend Hot Pie.
Yeah, oh my god, I was like, oh!
So it just gives her kidney pie, and then she's, what did Brienne say? That kidney pie is, excellent? I think. Yeah,
she says, like, some sort of, like...
Just some general compliments. Like
generic compliment, like, just meant to be, that's it, leave it alone.
Generic food compliment is generic, and he just sits down, like, the trick to a good kid, and her face, like...
She's like, what have I done?
It's like...
What's going on?
Well, what would you do in a restaurant if all of a sudden, you tell the waitress... Or the waiter, like, this food is excellent. He just, like, pulled up a chair, sat it backwards, and sat down with you and started yammering with you.
I probably would behave like Brienne, like, oh, okay.
I'd just be like, hi.
Good.
I don't know how I would react, because that's just something that, has never happened to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be, like, just staring at him like, the fuck, dude? But...
I feel like I do handle social situations just like Brienne did, like with just the eyes, like oh, so this is happening now.
Well, then she just like comes out with it, like, yeah, we're searching for Sansa Stark.
Yeah, and Pod is just like, what?
Pod's like, I don't think Sansa Stark's wanted. Idea. People kill for money, whatever. We probably shouldn't be announcing that. And then all of a sudden, Hot Pie's like. Gives out all this information. And then she just looks at Pod like...
Yeah.
I wanted to laugh so hard.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Because they're the new there's so many odd couples in this show right now.
It's great.
Brienne and Pod, Arya and the Hound.
Last season it was Brienne and Jamie.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is just brilliant. Tyrion and Bronn. Bran and Hodor.
Hodor, stop Hodoring.
Stop Hodoring.
That is to date my favorite line in this show.
Mm-hmm.
I like he pauses, he's like, stop Hodoring.
Can I move on here? This is bad.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. You think Brienne's actually gaining some respect for Pod now? Because they kind of veer off.
Because she takes his advice. Was that this episode?
Yeah, that was this.
Yeah, he's like, we should probably go this way because blah 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 reasons. Just
Lysa Arryn, her aunt, last living relative, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Lord Tyrion made me memorize houses and basically all of my enemies' names.
Yeah. Then she was like, all right, let's... And she went that way. And
she went that way, yeah.
Showing respect by listening to his opinion.
Turning east.
Because if she had no respect for him, she would not listen to his opinion.
So now we get to the final series of scenes. Sansa's in a nice snowy courtyard. Yeah. I don't know, I forget if it was a small garden or courtyard, but she makes Winterfell out of snow.
That was so cute.
I know.
She made them all perfect. I'm like... You don't have molds. How did you do that? So pretty.
And then Robin comes up.
And I made some comment like calling him a dick or a douchebag, and John turns to me, he's like, he's autistic. I'm like, yes, but you can be autistic and a douchebag.
Very true.
That happens.
That kid, he was being...
I know someone like that.
Yeah. The scene was going very well, though. Like, he was being really nice. Like, interested. Like, that's cool. That's what your home looks like, talking to her, and I'm like, wow, this is actually, pretty, he's a pretty,
A normal conversation.
Yes, exactly. It's like, you don't have a moon door? No. Let's put one in. And then he, like, you've ruined it. Oh, how could I ruin it? It was already ruined. It didn't have a moon door.
I mean, also, Sansa did understandably, because like she's having all these homesick feelings, is like, but she goes off the handle, like that. What she was saying was uncalled for. It's like, yes, he ruined your snow castle, but you don't have to yell at anybody over that.
Yeah, and
so
then
they both went off the handle, and it was like, oh, just stop.
And she just slaps him.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you think Peter has a point? You know, his mother should have did that to him a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, his mother coddled him, and the poor kid's like.
Well, here's the thing.
Mental state has gone untreated. Of course, this is in a place where there is no.
Well, here's the question: is the kid autistic, or is he just super duper mommied to the point?
Both.
Yeah, well, he is both.
There's clearly at least. Okay, all right. We can't call him autistic. We can't diagnose.
We can't clearly diagnose it. Is this just extreme, and I mean the most extreme case of mommying that has ever been done? Because
no, because that's obviously a factor. That's not helping anything. But I do think he's got some sort of developmental
disability.
Yeah. Like.
Well, leading into the boy. And, like, Peter's talking all nice, and he gets close, and Omi just...
I stood up, I almost ran out of the room. I was like, bad touch, stranger danger!
I said stranger danger, and Omi's like, personal space, man! Peter, there's a first thing is personal space. And then just he goes in and kisses her, and that kiss lasted for way too long.
I know, and then she's like, I pulled away. I'm like, bitch, you did not pull away.
Quick enough. I think she was more shocked, like, what's going on? I'm kissing a dude.
No, I'm sorry. If you're Sansa, you would just, at least try. She didn't look like she tried. No. Get away.
And then Lysa. As soon as you see Lysa in the background, you knew that was going well.
Yeah.
She's already paranoid that Peter wants her.
Which he does.
Yeah.
She's paranoid for a good reason.
Okay, so now
because Peter is the epitome of douchebag.
So what did you see coming from this? She's holding Sansa's head over the open door.
I was just like, poor fucking Sansa. You can't kill her. Like, just don't do it.
Well, actually, no. I have a question. When it opened up, she's standing over the open door talking about, it's amazing what a few 100-foot drop will do to a body. Kind of just bursts apart like an egg. Like, what were you thinking? That scene there.
Someone's falling through that door.
Pretty much. Did you expect it to be Lysa?
Only when Peter walked up behind her was I like,
yeah.
No, she's not long for this world.
I've always loved that line, though. You knew it was coming. Like, I've only ever loved one woman. And I just go, cat.
And it's not you!
Just gets all, oh, Peter, your sister. Push.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do think at those words, though, she sort of, like, just lost a lot of will. Because I think Lysa could have overpowered Peter, but she lost a lot of will.
If she wasn't so surprised.
Yep.
She was kind of like shocked, taken aback, and then pushed. So there was that combination of things, and she just out the door. Yeah. So now Robin Arryn is the Lord of the Vale. He is, as they would say in Westeros, moon-brained, or what's the other word?
Touched.
Touched. There we go. He's touched, he's moon-brained, or there's another one I'm just not coming up with that they use to describe him in the book. Oh. But he's all of those things, and he's Lord of the Vale, which basically makes Peter the boss.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Peter, you are now the Lord of one of the 7 kingdoms.
Oh, that's true.
So.
Nope.
What's next for...
I was like... When that happened, when Lysa fell, I was like, Sansa, now's your chance. Fucking push him. Push him.
She was too, yeah.
End it!
Send him out the window. The floor hole.
Make him fly.
Make him fly.
Oh my god. I just can't.
I know.
I just can't.
So how...
he very quickly jumped up to my top of you need to be killed list.
Oh yeah, he ascended that list very quickly. So what do you think? Okay, so what's next for Sansa and Peter?
I'm praying very, very hard that there's no more rape, and especially Sansa doesn't get raped. I can't. I won't be able to deal with it.
Alright. I'm just going to go through a couple main characters. What's next with Arya? And the Hound, obviously.
Well, I'm not sure they're ever going to make it to, for one reason or another, to the Eyrie. And if they do, there's a whole new set of problems.
to deal with then.
Yeah.
Let's see. Daenerys.
She's got her own shit to handle out there. Like, she wants to get those cities under control before she goes to Westeros. And I think that might be a good idea.
Probably.
She's definitely working on it, but I don't think ruling over there is going to be easy.
Yeah. Jon. Poor Jon.
Poor Jon.
He needs to,
nobody's going to listen to him. Mance is going to run them over.
Yeah, what do you think of that? How long until Mance attacks? And
I don't know, because we don't clearly know the whole of his plan. Because I feel like Mance is smart in that he's given bits of his plan to different parts of his army. So nobody knows the whole story.
Well, see, now Mance has 100,000 men north of the Wall.
Yeah.
And he has about 100 south of the Wall.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Castle Black has the Wall in between them and the north. They're pretty much, one man garrisoning the castle is probably worth 100 attacking on the other side, just because of the fortifications. But it's open to the south. It's got no defenses to the south. Why would it need them?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think that if those 100 attack, that there will be probably bad losses, but I think they can take them.
Mm-hmm.
The problem will be the 100 south of the Wall are not going to attack until they see the fire.
To see the signal, right.
Yeah. This man still hasn't lit the biggest fire the North has ever seen, and I've been waiting a very long time for that fire.
So I think we all have been. But that's going to come soon.
Yeah.
Because, the 9th episode is called The Watchers on the Wall.
Oh.
So it's going to be a whole something centered on that.
The, episode 10, The Children, is scaring me, though. That does not sound like a nice title to an episode. It sounds very ominous.
I think I know where they're going with that, but I'm not sure yet. Because it has so many different meanings. I have theories at this point, but there's so many different ways it can go. Like, whose children? The Stark children, the children in general, just kids, the children of the forest who have been mentioned a couple times.
Man.
But, they're supposedly extinct too. But then again, dragons were.
I think if they tease the White Walker babies.
Ooh, yeah, even the White Walker babies.
I think that might be the children. I don't know though. I'm not gonna.
Well,
like I've said this before. I feel weird predicting things that are gonna happen in Game of Thrones since there is already a story there that exists and I haven't read it and don't know it. So.
But they're also loosely following that story. They are altering things to fit the show.
But they follow it in a whole sense.
Yeah,
little things are changed.
The major events are the same, but
in a whole, they're following. So.
Right. So, all right, that works. But finally, the last question: what's next for Tyrion? Mountain, obviously, trial by combat. The Mountain versus the
Obviously,
Oberon.
I'm rooting for the Viper. I'm rooting for Oberon.
Who isn't? What do you think the outcome's going to be?
I hope. Well, okay. Here's the question: is him using poison gonna be considered cheating? Does he care? And will he get in trouble for killing the Mountain with poison?
Well, there's that question.
Those questions. His fate all depends on that, because if poison's not allowed to be used like on his blade, because he's known for that, then I think he's not going to care, and he's going to use it anyway. But he wants the Mountain dead. He has no.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about anything else. He doesn't care about the law. He doesn't care about Tyrion.
He wants
killing the Mountain is the only thing that matters to him.
He says he wants to start his revenge, and he's going to start with the woman the man who killed his sister.
The man who killed his sister.
The woman. Wow. So.
That's quite a woman.
So basically, if the way it works, if the Mountain wins, Tyrion, that's how the trial by combat works. Tyrion is condemned.
Yeah.
And he's condemned to death, basically.
Yeah.
And if the Viper wins, then Tyrion is exonerated.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that, like, even though it is the law, do you think they would really let Tyrion go?
Cersei will pitch fits, but Tywin is going to have to follow the law.
Right. I've looked at there's so many different alignment charts out there. Every single one of them has Tywin as the lawful evil.
Lawful evil, really?
Yes.
Tywin's a dick. I would not call him evil.
But then again, lawful evil, they're not necessarily always, they do bad things, but they still live by a code and the law.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Yes, but evil...
Like
I don't think Tywin's evil. Yeah. I would say...
Like someone chaotic...
Code is less than...
Right. Someone chaotic neutral would, still do worse things than a lawful evil person.
No.
Not in all situations, but occasionally.
No, because lawful evil, it's not like... It could be a warped sense of law, and meaning, like...
very true.
Their law is surrounding death.
Right, okay.
So, I'm not sure I completely agree.
Doesn't matter.
But those alignments are always subject to.
Yeah, they're always subject to the person who made it. It's just everyone I've seen, lawful evil's Tywin, and chaotic evil is Joffrey. I think we're going to all agree with that.
I totally agree with Joffrey.
And it quotes, everybody is mine to torment. That's pretty much something a chaotic evil supervillain would fucking say.
He is a fucking supervillain, and he's dead. Yay!
So, okay, prediction. I want you to call it.
Go.
The trial. Is Tyrion, is he going to get off? Okay, first off, outcome. Will he be exonerated or condemned?
I think in the end, Tyrion will live. Like I said, I think that in this fight, poison's not going to be allowed. And I think that Oberyn is going to win with poison anyway, because he doesn't care. So then that's going to leave this giant... What the fuck do we do with Tyrion now?
So, you're calling it Oberyn's going to win the fight?
I think Oberyn's going to win the fight.
Alright.
Whether he does it on the up and up, I have no idea.
Like whether he does it by, poisoning his sword and, nicking him in, the foot or the toe or the finger or something, or actually running him through the chest.
Yeah.
Alright, that's...
Because, I think that's the only way to defeat the Mountain.
I think it would be... Yeah, I think it would be cool...
Ninja roguelike.
Like, if they make a big deal out of it, he's going in there with a poisoned blade and all that stuff, but he still winds up killing the Mountain by ramming him through the neck with it or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. We'll see
but I think from the preview, I think he's fighting with a spear, actually. So...
Oh! Poison spear. Right. Because he needs the reach. The Mountain's so big.
The Mountain's gigantic, and he uses a big sword, so...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they describe... He's like... I forget the weight.
Ross, half his height.
The character in the book is 8'6", I think, or 8'4", and weighs 420 pounds. Mm-hmm. So... Shit, man.
Yeah.
He's kind of boned. Well, we'll see how that goes. I'm curious. I really want to see that fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight.
That'll be probably be the closer of the episode.
Yeah.
The outcome will happen, and then it'll be till next week. All right, Clio, where can the people find you?
You can find me.
We've spoken enough about this.
Yeah. You can find me at Clio Moto on Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, Instagram, Vine, things like that. And you can find me on Twitch at the Clio Moto. For now. You can find me below at Thilladrin. Right there. I'm doing it the right way this time. Last podcast we did, I did it backwards because I'm a doofus. You can find all of us on Twitter at As Seen on TV Podcast. And I do that wrong every time. You can find us on Twitter at ASOTV Podcast. You can also find us on Google+, Facebook. You can email us, and there's another one. Facebook, Google+, Twitter. Stuff at ASOTV Podcast. Same thing. You can also find us on tvcaptive.com. We got more stuff than this podcast there. I'm Mike. That's Clio. Till next week, we're going to get farted on by a bird. No more Lady Alan Rickman? Alan Rickman. This is Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman. Yeah. Okay, we're done.